Welcome to round 4 of the Parenting Roundabout podcast for the week of November 18th. I'm Terry Morrow, and I'm here with Catherine Haleko.
Hello.
And Nicole Eridix.
Hello.
As moms of teens and young adults, we've survived those little kid days, yet we're still rethinking the decisions we've made all through our kids' lives and worrying about what's going on right now. Today's Thursday, which means it's time to give into our obsessing about parenting details big and small. Like what happens when kids face discouraging experiences. Yesterday we talked a little bit about things that have let us down over the years, but dealing with those is nothing like having to deal with things that let your kid down when you feel like it's your job to make things better. Band-Aids don't work in this situation, unfortunately.
No. Sometimes ice cream does, though.
Sometimes ice cream will do it.
Chocolate.
It helps you anyway. But we wanted to talk today about whether we have found any strategies for helping our kids through discouragement. I mean, discouragement is a good thing to learn how to deal with, and we want to help our kids do that. But easier said than done, no?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. If we had an answer for that, we'd be millionaires.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll tell you what's worked for me, and then you guys can say what's worked for you. What I find with both my kids, is that if they're discouraged and upset about something, I get discouraged and upset about it, and oh my gosh, I'm just racking myself over this terrible, discouraging experience, until finally I say, oh Mom, it's okay, just settle down, never mind, it's fine, I'm not upset anymore, stop it.
Well, that's a good strategy.
Yeah, you know. So whether they still are discouraged and disappointed, I don't know, but at least they don't talk to me about it anymore.
Right, it's no longer your problem.
Or they're too busy calming you down, so they're distracted.
Absolutely. I cheer them right up with my histrionics.
I should take that approach.
But there's got to be a better way, right?
Haven't found it, because, I thought maybe that by being available and having an open door policy talk to me about anything could kind of alleviate some of that stuff.
Yeah. But then they do.
It just means that they dump more on you and like the little details until you're like this anxious knot, like that just is on the floor in a fetal position. Your child has dumped everything on you and you're distressed, and it's a really challenging, I don't know, because my approach is not working.
So, have you found an approach, Catherine?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I feel like just coincidentally at the moment, it just feels like everybody in my house has something, and I'm left to like keep up the sunny disposition and try to.
Oh, nobody relies on me cheerful. For
that. I mean, I have always been, an optimistic person and a generally like look on the bright side person, but it's hard to carry that load for 4 people instead of just one. So
definitely.
Yeah. It's hard. I don't know. I'm not sure. We talked about vent buddies. Was that just last week or the week before? And, as Nicole has discovered, it can be hard when you're the vent buddy for your child. But, but being a sympathetic ear is important some of the time.
Yep.
Just if even though you may not have any solutions to offer, which I usually don't, but,
and you have to resist when I was your age, something terrible happened to me. Let me talk to you about my disappointing experience, and I'll make you feel so much better. It doesn't.
Right.
No.
It just makes you feel depressed about that thing that happened again.
Right. Remember that thing? Oh,
when did this get to be about you? Back in the dark ages, I don't care what happened.
But I have found with my daughter that, sometimes if you just let her go for a little while and then she'll come around to, like the other day, she just had like a really good insight about someone something sort of rude that someone had said. And she's like, I think she's nervous about X or Y part of this situation. And she's, taking it out by saying this sort of thing. I was like, oh, wow, that was
maturity.
Good.
Wow, yeah. Good for you.
I know. I'm not sure. I don't think I did anything to get her to that point.
I never seem to have the right words. My husband is so good with having the right words. He's just hardly ever around to give them. He's always at work.
He's not on the 24/7 hotline like you are.
No. And I tried to loop him in to take on some of the burden.
Yeah.
But, he's like, yeah, no, I got to go to bed. Sorry. Peace out.
I'm 10 time zones away right now.
Yeah. And so I'm like, dude, you wanted to know what's going on with her and you want to be part of this conversation. You want to know what's happening and you get all like, bent out of shape when you're left out of stuff, but then you're not here for the heavy stuff. Like, come on. You can't just
do the easy stuff.
You can't do the easy work. You have to be there at 3 a.m. with me.
Yeah.
Although in all fairness, when things did really get rough with her a couple weeks ago, he was up with me talking to her. So, but he's just, the ins and outs of the day-to-day stuff. It's no.
Right. So,
and yet he has really good advice. And because I'll say to him later, well, I told her such and such and such and such. She's like, well, why did you say that? Why didn't you say this? And I'm like,
why didn't you tell me that earlier? Then I would have.
Right. Why didn't you join in on the conversation?
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
Anyway.
My husband doesn't do much on that either. All obsessing in the house is my responsibility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I do it so well. So.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Each to their strength, I guess.
Yeah. And like my son and I feel like I can support him a lot better than my daughter based on his personality. His personality is a lot like mine. Mm-hmm. So I think that also has a big factor too, because I know what I would want to hear to feel better. So I know what to say to him to make him feel better. Whereas my daughter is not, we don't have the same personalities. And so I really I misjudge a lot of stuff. And I'll say something that's really like, Mom, no, it's not going to work. So I'm like, oh. So yeah, so I have a lot of anxiety, angst, and trauma when I'm talking to her.
Trauma.
But she still comes back, so.
Well, it is. It's like contact trauma, it's...
Well, yeah, it's you trying to take it away from them.
And also, you put so much of yourself in your kids, so their discouragements are your discouragements too.
Totally.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it belongs to them and you should let them have it, still, you can't help what you feel either.
Right.
Do you think that is more so with moms who work from home? I'm wondering, would I be as invested or as I wouldn't be as available, obviously, but would I not worry as much if I was working outside of the home? Am I just too available?
I wonder about that too, and I've thought from time to time that it might be good for my family if I got a job somewhere outside, so that they would have to fend for themselves a little bit more. Yeah, because I am, by virtue of being home all the time, completely up in everybody's business. So, but I think that probably there would be trade-offs. Like, you would be less involved, but you would feel guilty about it.
Right.
You would feel like your kids are abandoned to dealing with their own discouragements because you're not available to obsess with them. So, moms will feel a way to feel bad about things, regardless
Either way,
of the situation.
There's no win situation.
Or will be made to feel bad by others, one way or the other.
Right.
But I don't know if increased independence in your kid is going to make dealing with discouragement easier for them. I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Never going to find out in my house.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. And I keep hoping that one day they'll find somebody who'll help them take that on.
Although, I don't know.
Turns out
I think
they're
women
causing
still
it.
women still call their mothers and are upset about things when they're off on their own. I don't know. At least a friend. It's like, helping our kids find a vent buddy other than us to dump all their discouragements on.
But then at the same time, I'm like, you know what? I really appreciate that she's open enough about that stuff with me, because I feel like, I'm not sure, because I feel like I would be the one to give her advice that is hopefully the most impactful.
Right.
But because I'm her mom and I know I want what's best for her.
Because you care a lot.
Yeah, like I want what's best for her, right? I don't want to just be some friend that says something that, off the cuff and doesn't care. But
see, that's always going to be the problem. This just reminds me of when I was in Russia when we were adopting our kids. We had hit a snag and we had to be there for a really long time. And, I would call my mom from time to time and talk to her. And she was always just come home. Just leave it and come home. Just, it made me so angry at the time because my kids are here. I'm not going home. This is what we're doing. And it really put kind of a rift in our relationship. But I know she was just being a mom to my discouragement. She was being my mom. She was saying, this is a discouraging situation. Come home where I can, we can take care of you. Come home. You'll start over. You'll start all over and it'll be fine the next time and all this stuff. And it's like, at that point, I guess I had made my break because I was in mom mode. And the disappointment of leaving without them was so hugely more than what the disappointment I was feeling with the delays. But, maybe there comes a time when your kid goes, all right, we are no longer on the same wavelength. See ya. But I don't know if mothers ever stop feeling the need to do something. They just maybe no longer know what the right thing is.
If they ever did in the first
If they ever did. Yeah. Their kid finally is onto them, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, it's tough all the way around. Like it just doesn't seem like it's going to be, either way, there's a good answer to it. So
another one of our happy, fun topics.
Yeah.
Always here to put you in a good mood, y'all.
So that's it for today's round 4.
Keeping it real.
Tune in tomorrow when we'll share our roundup of things we've been using or enjoying lately that we think deserve a shout out. Find all our episodes at parentingroundabout.com and talk back in the comments there, on our Facebook page, or on Twitter, where you'll find us at Roundabout Chat.